Hey everybody, just turn around so you don't have me again. News Now Northwest here at Interstate 90 at the Idaho-Washington state line again at a Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife boat check station. Missed one boat as I was coming up, but today I've got a sign. Let me show you what I've got here. Trying to educate some people, see what we can do. What's up, San Joaquin? What's up, Oklahoma Community Watch? Let me see if I can do something about my display here. I can't. There we go. Now I can see all what's going on better. Thanks, Mr. Scientifico. So anyways, here's my sign. I'll stand out here for a little while with it. I just missed one boat. I think they're getting inspected. But we'll see when they come back through. Much Dan and the dogs. So I've done a bunch of research after Republic called into Black Coat Media, Felipe's show the other night. I've done a bunch of research, and so these checkpoints, what's up, Papa Meatball? These checkpoints are all, the legal framework for these checkpoints is all done from, it's by the Sea Grant National Law Center. And so the Sea Grant National Law Center got a grant from the U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife. I'll have all the links on this later. When I get home, I'll add them to the description, to the documents, the YouTube video I watched, everything. But the gist of it is all these stations are funded. The people, all the funding for them comes from the U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife through grants. Well, excuse me, the legal framework came from these grants. Through the Sea Grant National Law Center. So what they do is they actually put together this entire package in 2014 that basically is a form for any state government who wants to create these aquatic invasive boat check stations. All they have to do is go get this form, and it's basically fill in the blank. They actually even have a name of the act to introduce to your state legislature. It's called the Keep Our Waters Clean Act is what they say on the form. Of course, they tell you you can, adjust them all to make it, individual to your state. So that's how it works. So they did that in 2014. Then in 2016, I forgot to bring it with me. I have the paper all printed out, and like I said, I'll provide a link in the description when I get home and I'm done with this. So, but in 2016, then they did a revision to that where they were trying to help states out by regulating it, making it more of a standard model so that everybody could use one model and they could share information. So that's the other important part of this, everybody. Let me show my sign one more time here. That's the other part of this is when we have had unrecorded conversations with Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife officials here, they tell us that these inspection stations, let me walk down here to get this sign too, but these inspection stations are about education, not about enforcement, not about writing people tickets, not about, being able to search our vessels and all this stuff. However, so here's one of the signs here. So they get you coming from there. There's Idaho right there, come around this way. Or they get you from the freeway right there. But either way, you have to exit and go into here. So the other, get back to that, they've told us that these checkpoints are about education. So it's not about writing tickets at these for people for not following rules and things like that. It's about educating the public. Well, in the video I'm getting ready to produce, I had to kind of start over last night after I found out some of the information I found out. The video I had to produce, the guy with the boat right there. The video I had to produce, or I started to produce, I had to start over once I found out some of this information. Basically, it shows in this presentation I found on YouTube, they're tracking us at these stations. That's why if you've noticed any of the ones I've had on the live broadcast before, they're tracking us they're tracking where we're coming from, where we're going to, all this stuff. So in the RCW, you don't have to answer any questions. You only have to submit to a vehicle inspection. So there's a guy right now going through. Pretty sweet boat there. My sign just says that it's an illegal checkpoint back there. It's a violation of our Fourth Amendment. So the Fourth Amendment is our right to travel freely without being stopped and searched without probable cause. And they're forcing everybody that has a boat here, they're stopping everybody to stop and being subject to a search. Yeah. So they're not supposed to do that without probable cause that we're carrying invasive species. So I'm just here letting people know the law requires you to do it, but it's against the law. And they ask you a bunch of questions because it's about tracking where you've been. So you're only required to submit to the inspection of your vessel, not answer the questions. So I'm just trying to educate the public. Have a good day. So there, I missed him. That was the guy that came in when I first came up. I missed him. So hopefully I get a few more people some education here. It's First Amendment Friday. I hope everybody's having a good day. Yes, exactly. Day of the Dogs. It's data collection point. So in Washington, each state basically has an aquatic invasive species council that helps set up the policy, which then creates law. So again, this Sea Grant National Law Center is the one that's behind it all. They get the funding from the U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife to be able to do all the case study and all the work regarding the lawfulness of these inspection stations. And again, when I was going through the pamphlet, I'm not at a lake. I'm actually just right here at the border of Washington and Idaho. There is, just right over like here on the other side of these trees is the Spokane River. So like I said, when I get home later today, I will update the description of this video with a link to the actual documents I'm talking about, where they actually provide all the legal framework. All you have to do is fill in your state name, any kind of little minor changes you want to the bill, and go ahead and submit it to your state legislature. The work's all done for you, courtesy of the federal government. So I'm not going to be out here too long. I'm probably going to pack up here in a second, walk in to where they're at, and stand in there with this sign, see what kind of reaction, see if I can get inside their safe space with this sign. So we'll see. I'm going to wait till this guy comes back to me and see if he says anything. I'll wait. The guy that comes through here with they came through with the boat a little bit ago, I had to turn around. I'm going to see if I can. There comes somebody with a kayak here, kayak and a paddleboard from Montana traveling through. See, these people shouldn't have to stop. If they're not stopping here in Spokane, why should they have to stop? I appreciate all the support, everybody. Thanks, Mr. Scientifical. I know this isn't the most popular auditing to do, but I feel like this is pretty important. They use this as a way. So they use this as a way to make us comfortable with getting pulled over at these checkpoints. You know, one of the reasons this is so important to me is when I was, I used to live down in South Texas, and I used to take a lot of trips into Mexico. And one of the things that would happen is I get into Mexico and you'd just be stopped randomly. There'd be a checkpoint, and at the side of the road, there'd be a guy, you know, pointing a machine gun, a couple guys under a military blanket, pointing machine guns at you in case you didn't stop. And I remember at the time, this was before 9/11, of course, but I remember at the time thinking, man, I am so happy that I live in the United States of America, where they can't just make us stop for no stupid reason. So that's why I feel it's really important to be out here, because now, lo and behold, look what our federal government is doing. So the other thing that really surprised me was I did find a video. I know most of you have heard of Gavin Syme. He did a video, it was back in 2016, I believe. You guys should check it out, where he stopped at one of these checkpoints in Utah. He stopped at one of these checkpoints in Utah. So when he was there, he started asking the guy, you know, what was the deal behind these checkpoints? What's with it? And the guy, just like the lady here who slipped her tongue and said, Avista is going to make more money off of us keeping the dams clean. That guy slipped his tongue and said, the federal government has asked the states to do these. So again, the proof I found that I'll be posting in the description later on, and then that video on Gavin Symes' YouTube page from 2016 kind of just proves this is all a data collection scheme by our federal government. And if they really wanted to keep the invasive species out, I think we could probably handle that. I think we've got enough money to throw at that. We'll probably lob a few less Tomahawk missiles into Syria and devote that money towards getting rid of these aquatic invasive species. And probably have it pretty well handled without having to violate anybody's rights. So again, we're just here at this is like a regional dog park here, where people bring their dogs into this part. It used to be a weigh station and a rest stop. It's not anymore. So we'll wait here until the people, those guys with the kayak, come through. We'll see what they have to say. They were hollering something. They were coming from Montana, had a stand-up paddleboard and a kayak, and see even those. So that's the other thing in the documentation I found and all the things I was looking at last night. They even admit that these invasive species can be transported between waters and anything, not just the boats and things like that, but in our clothes, so our waders, fishing vests, our tackle, anything that goes into the water can transport these species. So again, it's just another example of how these checkpoints are completely useless. Nothing about actually doing anything about it, just a way to get us used to pulling over and stopping and submitting to these illegal seizures of our property. So that's what it is, a temporary seizure of your property. When you pull over down here, nobody's agreeing to. And from what I was told by an official from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, you pass by one of these signs, you cannot take another turn. You have to go down here if you pass by one of these signs. So it's a temporary seizure. By making you pull over and not allowing you to continue freely down the roadway, it's a temporary seizure of your vehicle and your property. So that's against the Fourth Amendment in this country. Getting lots of looks. This is a very touchy subject because a lot of people don't feel like I should be out here doing this, feel like it's okay to keep our waters clean, but I feel like this is just the first step. So we'll see. Like I said, I'll sit out here for a couple more minutes, and then maybe I'll start heading in where they're at. Got right here, got freeway entrance. So this is the other thing. It said when one of the first videos I did out here, this is on the Idaho-Washington border on Interstate 90, right in between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, Berrywood. Well, this isn't the first sign. There's another sign on the other side of the ridge, actually in Idaho, that says everybody has to stop. All water conveyances must stop. So basically it even says stand-up paddleboards, everything. So it makes it pretty clear that if you have anything that goes in the water. All right, Barry, nice, man. You guys have any of these down there around you in Pullman? We're trying to, so that's one of the other things I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video. If anybody knows where any of these are, not just in Washington, anywhere in the country, I'm going to make a video of how you can get around them. So that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend is I'm going to be posting a video of like, Google Maps of this area and how people can get around them. You can exit. There's an exit back here, back road in Idaho. You can exit there and get around it pretty easily. The other thing I'm trying to take them to task on is they're not allowed to have these on the freeway. Oh, there's another guy right there. I didn't see he had something on his camper. Not allowed to have these on the freeway. It seems like right there it says freeway entrance. It seems like, technically the stop isn't on the freeway. The actual signage where they're making you exit from is the freeway. They're making you exit from the freeway. It'd be one thing if they made you turn off this road right here, but they're making you exit from the freeway. So, all right, again, here's my sign. just try to tell people, I had to fit a lot on there, telling people what the RCW is. Say, you're not required to answer questions at these checkpoints. You're only required to submit to the inspection. Yep, Robert, you're right. No, Gustavo, I don't support that. The funny thing, Gustavo, is most of the people that go through these checkpoints are actually aware of the invasive species and are happy to keep them out like I am. I am a fisherman, I'm an outdoorsman, I love the outdoors, and I love to use all the water. But these checkpoints are not doing that. They're tracking us, Gustavo. They are not stopping anything from being transported because, first of all, they're not 24 hours a day. They're only, like during the week, they're here from 8 to 5, and it takes them an hour to set up and an hour to break down. So they're set up from 9 to 4, and I'm pretty sure that the zebra mussels and the quagga mussels and the Eurasian milfoil and all that, I'm pretty sure that they will travel on a boat across this highway here at any time, Gustavo. I'm pretty sure they won't just do it during the hours that this checkpoint is set up. The other thing is there's tons of lakes and things around here where people can get around it any way they want. So yes, Gustavo, I'm all for keeping things clean, but this is also, if you watch one of our first videos on it, it's exposed that this is about making more money for other people. This isn't about us keeping our waters clean. It's about making sure Avista can operate at peak efficiency and charge as much as they want for electricity, or any of the other power companies that use the hydroelectric facilities, or any of the other companies, the agriculture companies who benefit off of the rest of America subsidizing the canals, the water that gets pumped up into the canals in an area of Washington state that only has about 7 inches of rain a year. So we have to pump millions of gallons of water up to there so that we can get all these wonderful apples and potatoes and all this stuff we get from Central Washington. Well, it seems to me like you can do the same thing. So we got a guide service there going through. So it seems to me that you could accomplish this by not violating our rights, and maybe actually the people who benefit from this, which are the power companies, the agricultural companies around here that benefit from all those systems. Yes, it's going to cost me more if I live in this area and get power if they have to pay for the cleanup, but why should somebody in New York City or Texas or someone else have to pay for cleaning up dams that give me power? That's right, Mike, you have to submit to the stop. According to the RCW, you're required to stop at these stations, and you're required to submit to an inspection of your vessel, but you are not required to answer any questions. Yet that seems to be what they do the most, is ask questions, and they log everything on an iPad. They said if you want to check a couple of my other videos on this, you can see them actually logging information onto an iPad as people are going through. So it's all about data collection, data mining, figuring out who's traveling where, all that. Thanks, Mr. Scientifical. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support, you guys. It's important. We got to support all these auditing channels, guys. It really is important. Everybody's out here doing good work. We don't always have to agree on how we're doing it, but it is important work. Just try to be respectful so that everybody... no, you don't have to show ID here. Now, there is enforcement, law enforcement here at these check stations. At least there's supposed to be. Doesn't always have to be law enforcement here, but there's usually someone close. So I'm sure if they want to, they will. So we'll see. We're going to kind of test it out, maybe send some things through here, send some people through here with some things that might look illegal. One of the ideas we've thought of, I don't know if you guys know about Japanese maple. The leaves on it at first glance can kind of look like marijuana plants, so we thought about maybe tucking one of those in a car with something that fits inside of a car, driving through here and seeing if they try to do something by seeing a plant that looks like it might be a marijuana plant in there, something like that, just to see what else they're going to do here, to see if this really is just about education like they say, or if it's about enforcement and hemming us up. So I did have, it looked like I had a law enforcement officer drive by a little bit ago. So, all right, it's been 20 minutes. I think here in a sec, I'm going to start walking inside. We'll hold this station up kind of by their safe zone, hold this sign up by their safe zone, see what people think about that. But I'm definitely getting a lot of looks as people go by. They're checking out the sign. That's what this is about. Raising awareness. People need to understand that this is a violation. Okay, here, guy with the motorcycle, he doesn't have to stop here. There we go. Here's this guy coming through again. I support liberty and freedom. That's what I support. It's like I have the freedom to sit out here and do this. Other people have the freedom to stand out here and tell me I shouldn't do it. It does, Kendall, it does. So I think I'm gonna just move in here, just walk just right in there. It'll probably be nice here. I don't want to, no, I'll just go right along the grass here. So I'm gonna go just walking along here, just tuck right inside the gate here. I don't see anything that says I can't be here. Maybe I. You know what? I'm not even giving me a reason to. I'm gonna walk around the other way. As I'm walking, I want to make sure I don't see anybody with a boat getting off. If I do, I'll run over so I can stop them. Now I'll go stand inside there. Find out about their safe zone, see if it's still up. If you guys have been following, did you check out the safety zone? I'm going to go bust in there here in a second. Alright, sorry y'all, I'm turning on the other camera too, just so I have back up there. So like I said, anybody that knows in your area any of these checkpoints that you know of, if you send me where they are, I will make a video of how to avoid them and post them up on my channel. It's kind of my goal this summer, is to wreak as much havoc with this program as I can. So this is the beginning of it here. So again, anybody who's just tuning in, I've been standing out here with this sign at the boat check station here at the Idaho-Washington border in Washington. The RCW for Washington that requires you to pull over is 77.135.120. It does require you to pull over, and it does require you to submit to an inspection. However, it does not require you to answer any questions. You got them in Mississippi. So Mississippi, actually, Kendall, Mississippi, it's the Sea Grant Law Center, which is part of the Mississippi School of Law. That is the law center that is providing all the legal frameworks for the states that want to do this. As I said, being funded through a grant from the U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife. So yeah. So there's one in Lake Pueblo, Colorado. All right, cool. I'll definitely do that. Now, if it's at a boat launch, it might be a little bit harder to actually get around it. So, but I will definitely check it out and see if there's anything we can do. Now, that is, I will say, I still disagree with them. But that is one place that I think would say they're a little bit more legit if they wanted to set up these checkpoints at a boat launch in front of an actual lake or a body of water. I would have less problem with them then, because then only people who are going to that body of water are subject to it, and you can avoid it by going to a different body of water. So I still have my issues with it, and I'm not super happy with it, but that's how it works. But thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I'll definitely check out Lake, you said it was Lake Pueblo in Colorado? Yep, inspect boats for water safety. See, and so here's my point up here, guys. There's someone at the checkpoint right now. He's a guide. He's a fishing guide. So this guy is over here getting checked. It's his livelihood to fish. So, all right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So I just walked through there. So this guy, as I was saying, this guy over there is a guide. So, you know, he's, I'm sure, more than willing to stop here because he wants to keep the waters clean. That's his livelihood. However, you know, he's probably making sure he does everything to keep his vessel clean of these because, like I said, it's his livelihood. So what good does it do to stop him at this checkpoint? Yeah, you might have to reload the stream. It just shut off on me, so might have to reload that. How you going today? Not too bad. Yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah. See, now there's how you interact with somebody. Obviously, him and I are on different sides of the issue here, and he just wanted to see what my sign said. Jerry, he's a nice guy. Nothing wrong with that. He's doing his job. He's an order follower. I'm out here doing something else, so. So that's the guy that just came through. So what they do, they come through here, and then they have to circle around, go through over there. We're just walking around, so we still have our safety zone up. This is keep people safe. Yeah, safety zone. Yeah. See, right there. Well, so the safety zone is because I've been coming over here questioning them when they violate someone's rights. So watch now. If this guy has a boat, are they going to make him take it out? They've told us if you have something in there, they will make you take it out. So we'll see. I agree, Gustavo. Let's keep Washington State public waterways free from invasive species. Let's just do it in a way that doesn't violate our rights. So they got it set up for 2 lanes. You can tell they're getting ready now that the weather's starting to get warmer. They're making 2 lanes here. So we can give a little rundown. I want to see all the safeties on here. Sorry, I'm walking around not paying attention. I'm not spreading disinformation, Gustavo. What have I said that is not that's not right, Gustavo? What have I said that is misinformation? Please tell me. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gustavo. Please, I've done tons of research. What's up, PNP? So again, yeah, here's our safety zone. I guess, oh shit, I think I might be violating the safety zone right now. Look, goes over there. And right here. Hey man, I just got a question. What's the deal with the safety zone?
We just don't want anyone like in this area where boats are coming through. And it's safe like over there.
But really, it's because of me, right?
Could be the possibility of more people coming in.
All right.
You know.
Hey man, I appreciate your honesty.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, we had a bus of kids come through too, so you know, you just want to keep people out of there.
I understand, man.
Yeah.
I understand. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we gotta do our job, and you're doing your thing, so
I hear
make
you.
sure we don't clash.
I don't agree with your job, but at least you're nice, man.
No, I get it. Hey, you're fighting for what you believe. That's all you can ask for someone, right?
That's right, man. Hey, I do have a question though. So, one of the so like on the RCW, I know it says that we have to submit to like a search so you guys can inspect it, just kind of walk around it.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone comes through and says like, I don't want to answer your questions or whatever, you guys just walk around, look at the outside and see you later? Or?
Yeah, we try to, we ask them, if you're willing to give your name, that's great. If not, we'll move on. We try to get at least a zip code so we know where people are coming from. So we know a lot of people are coming from one point, like say a lot of people are coming from Arizona. It's like a higher risk area for those mussels and stuff.
Okay.
So we at least ask that. Most people are willing to at least give that, you know, that way we can see like, where the high risk areas are coming from type of thing. But no, you're not required to give us like anything you don't really feel comfortable with.
Okay.
We are allowed to go around the vehicle, make sure there's nothing hanging off, no weeds, no mussels and stuff like that. But
and then one last question is, what if, so like myself, I have like one of the little pontoon boats, that has the inflatable pontoons.
Like a little cataract?
Yeah, and so like I can fit that inside of my car. Now, what if I pull it and I said, I don't want you guys to open up my car to look inside of it? Are you guys is that kind of just like a call, what kind of mood you're in or what?
No, for that, it's really like, you don't feel comfortable. Like, yeah, some people have them like in the camper or like a little shell. The real important question there is, have you been anywhere outside of the tri-state area? So if you're within Washington, Idaho, and Oregon, you're really safe with the mussels. So if you've been outside of that, we really stress the importance of checking it out. If you still don't want us to look at that, we'll just ask you to really take a good look at it yourself. Okay. Make sure that what we check for is when we feel the boats, like sandpaper feeling. Okay. A lot of times those are like the young vellagers, which is the larval stage. So we'll say, hey, just really get a good rub down on your boat. Make sure there's not a bunch of scratchy stuff. And then, just make sure everything's clean and dry before you take it to another body of water. Okay. So that you're not transporting water fleas or any kind of that's really what we would do. Hey, cool. Yeah. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, man. My name's Corey. Corey, Nick. Nice to meet you, Nick. Hey, thanks for answering the questions. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. It gets tons of views. So I mean, that's I use this water too, man. So I want to inform people, educate people. I know you're not out here, you didn't decide to come out and do this, you're getting paid. I just think there's a different way of doing it. But I appreciate you, man. That's what about education, talking to people. Cool. Thanks. Yeah. Have a great day. All right, so there you go, guys. See, I'm not about stopping, having invasive species. This is, like I said, they're, I'm all for, informing the public and letting people know what's going on. That's why I wanted to talk to someone. I want to get on video here, what people can do. I want people to understand what they can do to prevent the spread of these aquatic invasive species. So, that's why I wanted to be able to talk to someone like that and say, hey, what's going to happen? What's the deal? I want to know. I don't want to have these species go from one body of water to another as well. So it's important for me to understand that I need to do it myself. I can't expect the government to do it for me coming through one of these check stations. I have to do it myself. So that's the main thing. So he was really cool. That was a nice guy. And see, look at that. He was nice. He spoke with me. I gave him my name. Funny how that works. Maybe Sergeant Taylor will watch this and she can see what happens. If she wants my name so bad, she should be nice to me. Instead of giving me directives and barking orders, she should be nice. Give me your name.
So anyways, guys, that was great. That was Nick over there again from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. He's a good guy. I'd probably have a beer with him. We probably agree on quite a bit, actually. But anyways, like I said, that's what this is about. So no problem, Dr. Domino. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for the support. Well, I'm gonna head out. I just wanted to come over for a little bit today with this sign, get a little bit of education out, see if I could talk to someone. So I'm gonna head out. Look at invasive species. See, Claire?
Henry.
Well, here, maybe if I stop, it'll stop. Okay. Have a good day, guys. Gustavo, you're a fucking moron, dude. I'm sorry, I don't like to swear, but you're a fucking idiot. Shut up, idiot. If you think I'm a moron and I have done something, then whatever, Gustavo. No, you can let him say whatever he wants. I don't care. Just makes himself look like an idiot. That's all I'm going to say on that situation. Yep, thanks again for the support. I'm just going to keep this on. I'll walk over there where I was again and for a couple minutes. So again, that's how it should have gone in the first place, guys. Just going up and asking Nick there a couple of questions. That's all I tried to do the other day. You know, it's all how he presented. He came up. He just wanted to see my sign. He thought, hey, that's kind of cool, dude. So there we go. Yeah, Gustavo is a super something. Anyways, yeah, you don't have to, you know, anybody who's a mod in my channel, you don't ever have to delete anybody's comments. They're morons. They speak for themselves. Every once in a while, I just can't hold my tongue, though. Yeah, you got it, Gustavo. You just blast it all out there. You know it all, don't you? Be interesting to find out what you support, Gustavo. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking about it and give him their time. All right, well, it's Friday afternoon officially here in the Pacific Northwest. I hope you all are having a wonderful day wherever you are. I'm going to go sit back up here on the other side just for a couple minutes. No, Scott, I'm in Washington State right now on the border with Idaho and Washington. Yeah, there's a few, Kendall. I don't have the highest portion of non-white people, but we've got a few. I'm on the other side of the state, Scott. I'm over in Spokane, right on the border with Idaho, in between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So we are hoping to take a trip to the other side of the state here sometime this summer. Yeah, we're at a dog park here, so there's some dogs running around. Ah, okay, Dr. Domino. Lived in Longview. It's pretty cool. Oh, I'm not promoting anything. I'm just trying to educate the public on these boat inspection stations here. They're technically against the Fourth Amendment, or stopping us from free travel.
Yeah.
And the RCW, the law in Washington State, requires that we submit to an inspection of our boat, but they're more about tracking where we go. They ask questions, log it into an iPad, and it gets tracked. So I'm trying to inform people you're not required to answer any questions. You're only required to submit to an inspection of your boat. Yeah. So, well, they say it's about education, but they really ask more questions rather than educating. So I'm trying to educate people who say it's not about education. That's right, it is. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's called News Now Northwest. If you guys want to check it out, we try to cover local things like this. So, you guys have a good day. Nice, Kendall. We need you out here, man. We need more auditors. Yeah. So we're working up where we're going to bring a boat through here as well. But everybody here pretty well knows my face now. So we're kind of trying to figure out something we can do it with somebody else or something so they won't recognize me, because they're going to change how they handle these inspections if they see that I'm in the car. So like I said, we're trying to do it where there'll be someone unrecognizable. I'm just going to stand out here for a couple more minutes, see if I can't get a boat to come through. Stand out here, educate a few more people. And again, look for, while I'm here, I'll do a couple of plugs for some more videos we have. We've got so I'm going to be, in the next couple of days here, I'll be doing an edited video talking about, where the funding for the legal framework for these checkpoint stations comes from, who's behind them, and what they're actually about. It's not about education, folks, as I'm sure you are probably all aware already. P&P, you're awesome, always supporting people. Yeah, let us know when you get back out there, Kendall. We'll definitely support your channel. We want to support all auditors. So it's a good spot to stand anyways, to raise some awareness. There's a lot of people out here driving by. And so really, when it starts warming up, this is going to be a very important place to be. Right over there by that little section of trees. You see a bridge back there. That's where a lot of people go drop off their little kayaks and just little floaties even to go float down the Spokane River here. Where was that? Dodgy, just give you a heads up. I'm out here at the boat inspection station today at the border of Idaho and Washington. And I've got a sign here that I'm holding up today, helping people understand their rights when they pass by this, trying to just at least make people think a little bit. So this is the sign: Fourth Amendment violation ahead. RCW in Washington State is 77.135.120. You're required to let them inspect your vessel, but you are not required to answer questions. Yet that's what they seem to do, is ask a lot of questions. So here eventually we're going to have a plan where there's a cop sitting up there. You can see that. Eventually we're going to have a plan where we're going to have some people stationed at the exit before this in Idaho so they can exit and get around this without even having to do the boat inspection. What's up in Portugal? I have a relative from Portugal. Yeah, thanks everybody for supporting. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna wrap it up here pretty soon. Just out here for a couple more minutes. I got this sign. It's important everybody that's going by is at least reading it and checking it out. So raising awareness today. I'm just gonna stay out here for a few more minutes. Maybe I can get one more, especially when the boats come through. I like that. UK, all right, nice. Portugal and UK. Love to have viewers from all over the world. That's awesome. Kendall, no, it's not super warm. It's not too bad. I think it's about 60 degrees. I have shorts on and a long sleeve shirt. Got my just to let everyone know what's going on. I got my Molon Labe shirt on. And from Greece too. All right, yeah, we love to hear where everybody's from. Oregon, Idaho at the Ontario checkpoint. There's one at an Ontario checkpoint in Oregon and Idaho. All right, I'll check that out as well. Like I said, just to repeat it, anybody, if you know where any of these invasive aquatic checkpoints are in your state or your area or anywhere, let me know. I will try to make a video of how people can avoid them since these are unlawful. We'll do everything we can. Hey, from the whales. All right, so I'm just going to go for an hour. So I got 2 more minutes before we get to an hour, and then I'll shut it down. Then I've been live for an hour. What's up, Fox Valley? So everybody joining us late. If you tuned in the beginning of this, I really talked about it. So these checkpoints, what's behind these checkpoints is the federal government. It's the U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife that is giving a grant to the Sea Grant Law Center, which is from the law school of the University of Mississippi. And the Sea Grant Law Center has basically created a form, more or less, for any state that wants to have these checkpoints where they can just grab that form, fill in their state's information, and submit it to the state legislature so it'll be approved for to become law in that state. So I'm going to have a full report on that coming out. I'm going to be working on it hard tonight. It probably won't come out till this weekend. And then I've also got our the final installment of our Monsanto report coming in. This ties into that, believe it or not. So, yep, you're right, Scott. Money and data, metadata, tracking where we go. I have a great picture showing that. So again, I hope you guys have a great Friday. It's First Amendment Friday. Everybody stay safe. And remember to know your rights and exercise them. Exercise them. But when you're out and about, remember to flex your rights. That's what we're doing a little bit of today, is flexing our rights. You all have a wonderful day. And hey, we got one more. We got a boat coming up here. I'm not going to go quiet. This guy's a boat. I want to watch him go through. That's it must not be a boat. He's going right. Oh, he's just got a big bin in the back of his deal there. All right. Oh. Thanks, Fox Valley. Yeah, I've got one more. I kind of put it off because I had a new camera with an external mic, and I wasn't quite ready with the mic. So a lot of my contact with the Monsanto official, the mic was off. But I kind of figured out how I'm going to do it. A lot of narrating I'm going to be doing over that. I got a little bit of the audio at the end with the guy when I kind of told him off. So that will be coming up. Hopefully next week I'll have that up for you guys as well. Then I'm going to be getting back to some regular audits as well. So you guys have an excellent rest of your Friday, and everybody stay safe. Thanks again for supporting News Now Northwest.